On 13th of December, we showed you the exact amount of damage the oil spill has caused to the very fragile ecosystem at Ennore. Unfortunately, the story does not end over there. Even though CPCL and various organizations claim that that area has been cleaned, there were birds in the mangrove forest that was surrounding Ennore that has been devastated. Let me just show you one such bird that is present inside an NGO in Besant Nagar, and this is a spot where they're being taken care of. That is a bird, that is a spotted pelican or gray pelican, which means it's supposed to be in light gray off white color, but it's completely covered in oil. Now, Forest Department of Tamil Nadu government and various officials are trying to rescue such animals, but the biggest challenge they face is that they are not able to enter the Ennore mangrove creek. It's becoming much more difficult for them, and only birds that are like completely weak, they are able to actually capture them, bring it here, and they are being washed. In fact, earlier we were informed that they are actually using dishwashers to wash this oil off them, and time after time they are doing it every day because they also have to monitor the bird's temperature, for which they're using incubators and infrared lights at the spot, and they are giving it as much as comfort as possible. But this is what happens when a calamity occurs, and this is a man-made calamity, something that could have been easily avoided. That is the pelican that looks black in color. It's supposed to look gray in color, off-white in color, but its beak, its head, its entire body is covered in oil. That is not the color of the pelican.
Now, after the birds have returned, the birds returned probably yesterday or day before yesterday. Till that time, we had seen only 3 or 4, maximum 5 pelicans that required attention. And yesterday there were 23 that require attention, which means they have come back with the oil on their feathers. They are able to fly, come back to this place, and we have to wait and see. We have to go every alternate day or every day, see how many number of birds are there, how many are affected. Pelicans are the most affected because they float on water, swim on the surface, and then dive and fish. So they spend most of the time, unlike egret, which stands in the water and then pecks. So its feathers do not get affected. So the thing is, this is not the oil alone leak. It is a petroleum-based leak. So it has got a lot of grease. So it sticks onto the bird, and the birds will not be able to fly. And also the fact that there are fishes coated with oil, with murky oil. And it may depend on what species they feed on. The pelican we rescued, and we've been washing for the past 2 to 3 days. What happened, you can see the oil in the feces.
And earlier, people over here stated, including scientists stated, that what happened is that earlier they thought that only 5 birds were affected, but now, as the water and the climate is changing, birds are coming back, and now they claim that there should be at least 20 birds that they have spotted that are affected, and they are trying to make a team, create a team, spot them, surround them, capture them, and here you see that's what they do. It's being provided fish and food, everything. The another very uncomfortable part is that as they checked its feces, they found out that it has also ingested oil that was on the fish. So these are pelicans that actually dive underwater, capture the fish, and they eat. Those fishes were contaminated, and led to this bird also ingest fish. Imagine this bird that is already covered in this much oil, that has also ingested fish, and it has gone through so much uncomfort because of a man-made calamity. And this is what oil spill does to the environment, an example of how it affects the environment, the ecosystem. That is a spotted grey pelican which has been affected and currently being treated, and wildlife officials from the state of Tamil Nadu are struggling hard to find more birds, get such an enclosure, and treat them as much as possible.
So birds are at the Besant Memorial Animal Dispensary. It's a temporary treatment and transit facility where we help the forest department with urban wildlife. So currently with the oil spill at Ennore, we've been on the field trying to rescue birds which have been stuck because of the oil spill.
This is Divyan, Pramod Madhav for India Today.